Welcome to devlog number 3 of me logging the development of this friggin' game. Alright, first things first, big purple here, big old derpy looking dude. What game in its right mind would include dinosaurs and not... Oh, you come here. The ability to ride them. Mandatory. I mean, come on. Put big old beasts like that and not allow your players to ride it, that's just cruel. Nothing special about this guy. When you ride him around, all you really get is a bit of a speed boost. Can't really tell from the perspective being changed so much. But, yeah, we're moving around faster than Mr. Orange Caveman Dude would be without him. And get off so you move slower. Just a little thing I figured I'd mention for now. So, if we were to continue on, this would be an example of how mechanic number 1 comes into play. I mean, so far, we've been able to see our dude monkey around, climb up walls, throw spears, that's about it. Let's look at this. In a small space, a big gap that, just can't make it. Now let's see, we're back to square one here at least. So, mechanic number 1, aside from everything we've seen, is something new. So, our little guy right here, he is carrying 3 chambers. And if I press 1, or 2, or 3, it kind of puts forward this little sparkly projection film. Ooh. And actually, this just made my example. So, we're hoping that we can get across that gap. If you notice, a bunch of feet came up and I started moving fast. I absorbed the speed of this guy with none of the size. One might think, okay, if we need something fast, we could take the dinosaur through there. He wouldn't fit. But we can use mechanic number 1 to absorb his speed for a little while. And, you know, this works on most enemies, and I'm hoping most things in the game. Little elements of puzzle solving, using abilities absorbed from your environment. And these are temporary, too. Once they're used, they're gone. Except for it seems I had another charge of that one. Now, that's just a little bit of puzzle solving. How would you use this for combat? Well, you might remember this guy from the video. He'll try and flatten you. And, well, the normal method so far has just been to either throw, about 10 spears at him and eventually he's down for the count, or just spear him off the edge like that. Well, we could try our mechanic here. Especially since it looks like there's a bit much for spear combat down there. So let's try absorbing one of these guys. Gotta get him close. Let's see if we can bait one here. Oh, come here. Did I get it? Let's find out. Rawr! There, transform into him and flatten him. There you go. All it takes is one hit. That's how I make it beneficial to the player. That's a heck of a lot quicker, huh? Well, let's continue on a little bit. So we've seen it for a little puzzle solving, a little bit of combat. Now, ooh, that might be a lot more than I could do with just this rolling technique. Huh. Oh. Well, here's the thing. In most games you'd expect only abilities like that could come off the enemies. I like it off the environment too. Let's see, we got a big old little battalion of dinosaurs over there. Well, what do we have here? It's like a meteorite. Let's absorb it. Or use the foot thing. Or use that. How many charges did I put on these? Let's see. Technical difficulties are run out. There, time's expired. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now that we have that guy's ability, Oh, oh, oh. Before we can let him flatten, summon a meteor portal. Admittedly, this would be a lot cooler with sound, but I haven't done sound effects yet. Get back. Get back. Get back. Have another meteor portal. That's right. Yeah. And, yeah. That's about it for mechanic number 1. And, I'm looking for a lot of these little abilities. Different number of charges. If you noticed, one charge off of these guys, and you could roll around quite a while. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 times. Off the big purple speedy guy, you could only do it once, and off the meter, you could do it 3 times. So anyways, lots of abilities, and I just like the open-ended thing about it. No little, okay, let's just increase damage for a shot, or give you a wider, a range of damage. I kind of like the ability to, whoa, kind of like the ways of getting creative. So that's mechanic number 1. Expect lots of goofy things and absorb and use your environment and your enemy's abilities to your own advantage as you navigate this. So alright, thanks for watching, and even though it's been entirely too long since my last video, hopefully I can keep you guys updated on a more frequent basis. But let's see if that actually happens. Till then,